I'm the guy that put NATO together, the future. No one thought I could expand it. I'm the guy that shoved Putin down. No one thought could happen.
All right, let's discuss this, bringing in national security analyst and the chairwoman at actforamerica.org, author of the book Rise. Brigitte Gabriel joins us today, and he is the host of the President's Daily Brief podcast, a former CIA covert operations officer, and the current CEO of the Portman Square Group, Mike Baker. Welcome in. Pleasure to have you both with us.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
I don't even know what that answer is. I mean, that's just so, I don't know. Obviously, he's trying to talk tough. Joe Biden likes to do that. But Putin attacked at Children's Hospital. I mean, these pictures out of Kyiv are heart-wrenching here. Putin seems to be, not shut down. In fact, he's moving and grooving all around the globe. I'm seeing a very different story. But, of course, everything Joe Biden is saying now seems to be just at his own self-serving lifeline. Brigitte, first to you then, Mike.
Well, Joe Biden is trying to prove to the world, especially after the whole world watched senile Joe Biden standing on stage with President Trump. Right now, he's trying to do damage control, and he's trying to show the world that, look, I am an international leader. I still have power and my mind around me to basically talk to world leaders and convince them not to go into wars or do anything. Right now, we know that our enemies are watching the United States, whether it's Iran, whether it's North Korea, whether it's Russia, whether it's the Chinese. So he's trying to prove that he can actually control and prevent world war. People are not buying it. He's trying to do damage control. It's not working. He can say whatever he wants to say. People can see and hear how he is behaving.
Yeah, it sounds like a little cold or maybe COVID or sidelined him or he needed more rest, Mike. I mean, he's not seemingly going to convince any of us on this panel. We know that. Also, let's look ahead, though. NATO this week, the NATO summit begins tomorrow. What could actually play out here? I think we had a Democrat on, Robin Bauer, says every time he opens his mouth, I'm concerned. Are you?
Well, sure. Look, the problem here is for Joe Biden is the problem that tens of millions of Americans face who are aging. It doesn't get better, right? They want to pretend, meaning the Democrats, they want to pretend that somehow this was one bad night or it was an isolated incident. We all know that's not the case. The only reason he's still in this position and still planning on running is because of Trump. If Trump was not the nominee or the presumptive nominee, then I guarantee you that Democrats would have moved faster to resolve this issue. But they can't bring themselves to do it. They've also boxed themselves in because if you remove President Biden, then we have the world's first DEI selection for president in Kamala Harris. Who I don't know anybody of a reasonable mind who believes that she is the best choice to be the leader of the free world. With NATO, I had no idea that President Biden put NATO together. That was news to me and certainly to millions of others. He hasn't shut down Putin. That's it's bizarre talk. That's unfortunate. You don't want to pick on anybody who's aging because that's where we're all heading. But we're talking about the commander-in-chief here. This is a different conversation that we should be having. Yeah, and
we're talking about also the people around him. We just saw Jill Biden out there, and we're talking about the people that are shielding him, including some members of the media. I have about a minute left. Give us your best case scenario on how long till it maybe is Kamala, or do you think he actually just continues on? I guess, Brigitte, we're watching it closely, but I don't know if people are going to start thinking 25th Amendment the more he opens his mouth.
Well, look, once you see the press and the Democratic Party turning against Joe Biden, which we are seeing right now, his days are numbered. It doesn't matter how much Jill Biden wants to fight or Hunter wants to fight. Right now, major Democratic donors are lining up to push and stand behind Kamala Harris because they can see the trouble. Joe Biden cannot win against Trump, and the Democratic Party knows that they are in trouble.
10 seconds to you, Mike. Final thought.
Yeah, look, I can't speculate on at what point they'll do this. I think it is entertaining to watch a lot of the media trying to pretend as if they had no idea that this was the case with Joe Biden, and now they're all rushing out there and acting concerned and angst-ridden when they were complicit. And look, Kamala Harris and the enablers, Dr. Jill Biden, his family, the chief of staff, all these individuals have been enabling this cover-up in a sense, and it's almost criminal in terms of what it means for the American public. The Democrats should be having an open primary at this point.